Oh man, I really don't want to get shot at again. I've been shot already 8 times and I keep coming back to life. I'm so resilient. Welcome to Soulflow. This game allows us to jump from body to body. I'm Lexi, and today I want to introduce you to this very weird, niche game that I recently discovered. I was looking for detective games because those are my favorite types of games, and I stumbled upon this very small creation. Only chapter 1 has been released. Developers are still working on chapter 2, but let me give you some sort of overview of how the developers are describing the game. Soulflow is a 2D fantasy detective game that offers a unique experience with its graphic style. In this story-based role-play game, the player must gather information from others during the day and try to solve the murders in the neighborhood to stay free. You basically have to be in the right kind of body in order to survive the day. If you are not, then the day tends to reset itself and you begin again. And it's not my first time playing this game. I tried it a couple of days ago and I'm already at day 7. But because the days repeat themselves, it's not like you guys are going to miss on anything. So without further ado, let's see how Soulflow is and whether you'd be interested in playing it or not. So this is chapter 1, day 7. So this is us. We're playing as Kevin. You can see the name of the character up. And let me just quickly show you the tutorial so you understand what the backbone of the story is. Spirits are trapped inside the body they entered. Saluting allows souls to cross into another body. The death of the body means the liberation of the soul. There will be a death at the end of the day. Explore the neighborhood and be in the right body at the end of the day. Wrong body choice starts the day over. So it's a really interesting premise. Okay. But I have to say I am struggling a little bit with the whole movement of the characters. But it is a really interesting game and I do like the style. So Clara is Kevin's wife. And if we greet her, for example, now we are playing as Clara. The only problem is that if we try to get out of the house, Clara can't leave the house. She's truly a domestic victim. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's weird that Clara can't leave the house. She is his wife. Anyway, let's greet again. So we're back into Kevin's body. And the other really interesting thing is that you get info related to the person. So Clara is Kevin's spouse, Bruce's sibling. She's a housewife, generally gets along well with the locals, but they do have their quarrels now and then because of their ideas. Not too well off, not socially maladapted despite being quiet, prioritizes her feelings over her logic when making decisions, argues with Kevin often because of this. 3 years ago, they had a falling out because of an event that happened. They were close with Tom. She got depressed after he fell victim to a murder. After the murder, she stopped leaving the house, possibly out of fear. Okay, so now we understand why she can't leave the house. So that's a little bit of a background on the character. Now we are outside of the house, and over here in the corner I have a little notepad with a lot of the tasks that we were supposed to go through. I already solved some of those. The first one was to go out and talk to our friend. So here he is. Sanuro, you're early today. Ha ha ha, you're funny, Sanuro. Did you hear what happened yesterday? What happened? David is going. Well, I don't care if someone suspects a good boy like Mikey. Sanuro is one of Kevin's rare friends, doesn't have a family, was a technician, then got crippled. The neighborhood doesn't care much about him, not someone people talk to. He's middle class, just like Kevin. He makes decisions based on his values. He's socially awkward. It was his great-grandfather that moved to this country. He is a Japanese immigrant, wasn't very affected by the murders, knows nobody cares about him. Poor Sanuro. So we see the police car because there has been a murder in the neighborhood. And we see a lot of people gathered here. And now Kevin is going to pet this dog and feed him. It was actually one of the tasks in the notepad to feed the dog. And if you see here, now we have switched into the body of the dog. And as a dog, the cool part is that we can run and we can also turn the corner. No other human being can turn the corner except the dog. So the dog is a little bit magical in the story. Okay, and now we switch to David. The style of the game is really fascinating. I've never seen anything like this. Like, characters appear at the soul level. So let's get some info on Rose. This is William's older sister. She enjoys average or better relations with the locals, is even closer to Bruce, works in a textile company, middle class, has an honest and calm personality, but she's gullible. Would argue regularly with William about Bruce, got devastated after the death of his brother, but is trying to return to a normal life in order to forget. Suspects Bruce, but does not want to know that. Let's talk. Oh, I heard you're moving out, David. I'm really sorry to hear it. No one will fill your place. Yeah, Rose, unfortunately, I also don't want to leave, but I don't want to be a victim of the next murder. I think all eyes will be on me when I leave. Are you sure that Frank is much more suspicious than you are? Why? He was in prison for the death of a worker in the past, you know? Isn't that suspicious? He was held as a prisoner and he bailed out later. He is someone who might want revenge. Well, yeah, I guess he started to being ridiculous. You can tell that the game was not written by a native English speaker because there are a couple of weird grammatical expressions. But anyway, not that I am any authority on this because I'm also not a native English speaker, but it does read as clunky in parts. So, Rose now. Frank didn't like my brother at all. Additionally, he doesn't like me either. Also, I'm pretty close to Bruce too. If so, what's up, Rose? It gives me the chills when I think about that. What if I am the next victim? Rose, calm down first. We are not sure about Frank. That's first. Secondly, I don't think anything will happen to anyone. Oh, our time ran out. I was in the wrong body. So yeah, it's kind of weird because the game just interrupts you and you start back from the beginning. I wanted to show you something else, which is that if Kevin walks into the living room, there is a television screen here, and if you activate it, it says breaking news, murder in the neighborhood. So that was just an interesting detail to understand what actually is going on. Why is there this tense atmosphere? And I wanted to check info. We checked on Clara. I wanted to check info on Kevin, because you actually do get an achievement if you check the info on everybody. So Kevin is Clara's husband, doesn't have any other relatives in the neighborhood except her. He's a machine technician. Some in the neighborhood like him, some don't. He's rich, has an inheritance left over from his family. He's not so good when it comes to socialization and empathizing. Prioritizes his family value while making decisions. Married to Clara, but they do not have a healthy relationship. Ugh. He is quite old-fashioned in most matters. After the murders of Tom and William, he was secretly happy that Tom died because of Tom's close relation to Tom. I think this was poorly written because it doesn't make any logical sense. But yeah, he's a bit callous if he was secretly happy that somebody died. I think Tom's close relation to maybe Clara or William. In any case, I'm going to have to greet again so I can be in the body of Kevin and get out. Now we don't need to actually talk to Sanuro anymore. I can just switch into the doggy. The dog is my favorite character, honestly. And I want to show you something else with the dog. The dog has another cool quality in that yeah, he can bark at a lot of the people here. He can enter into a house in which other people cannot. And this is Rose's house. He even has a special door with a paw. So we see very clearly there are these boxes here that he can push. But more than that, he can jump on them. And there is this room over there, but I'm not sure if you can actually play with the room. Oh, okay, let's try, see if we can push this on the balcony. I've never done this before, but who knows, maybe this works. Wow, he's so clever. Okay, so this is the first time I'm doing something like this, but yeah. And here is where the street actually ends, in the cemetery. So that's just an interesting way to see a little bit more of the game before we get shot. And we begin the day again, inevitably. So far I'm at day 8 and I haven't been able to move past this. So now we are in the body of Kai. And Kai can enter the cafe compared to other people who are not allowed. Rose and David are not allowed to enter the cafe. And then he's greeting Frank. What's up, Eastern? Can't you see around these parts anymore? Maybe the back and forth along the Silk Road takes a while, haha. Does he think it's funny? There is some tension between Kai and Frank. Sup, quiet day. Don't care if you're drunk or not, either way you're a moron. So you were bottling it up? Anyway, don't kill my mood and just leave this place. Before I leave, have you seen Bruce? No, I haven't. Why are you asking? Mickey and him, they've been missing since last night. So they're not here. If Bruce is not around, I'd say stay safe. Whoa, what a sentence. If I were you. If you ask me, Pavlov was a bait. That much is obvious. He was acquitted today. Maybe they'll take him back in tonight. Thanks for the info. See you later. Let's greet. So suspicions are that Frank is the hunter. But I don't know, because now I'm in his body, and as you can see, the scenery has changed a little bit and it's raining. But I also got shot even if I was Frank. And there is this other character over here. And now we are playing as Pavlov. Even though he looks like the elite snob of the neighborhood, his life is not as such. So this is Pavlov getting info on Frank. Retired architect, has an above average friendship with Pavlov, has a very close friendship with Bruce up until a few years ago, likes Rose, quite rich, is known for occasionally getting emotional, has served time in prison in the past for being found culpable with the death of a worker in a construction project he was responsible with. Wow. Got released after serving as little as 10% of his sentence. After Tom and William's passing, he's personally looking into the people to find the murderer. So we finished the day in the body of Pavlov, Frank, Kevin, Kai. So far, I think only staying into the body of the dog is allowing me to continue the game, but if you stay in the body of the dog, the game doesn't continue. The day doesn't end, at least from the experience I had. So I don't know. Yeah, this is basically the game. You just have to figure out in whose body is better to nest yourself in. I don't even know if that's something that makes sense. We cannot enter this other apartment. I do like the atmosphere, I do like the style. I just think that the developers need to work a little bit on improving some details in the game. Like the dialogue needs to be a little bit brushed up. The game mechanics, they feel a bit hard. It's hard to move the characters, they're a bit clunky. But the idea is really fascinating. I absolutely love it. I'm going to change into Rose right now and see if I can enter her apartment as Rose. Just very quickly, I accidentally clicked on talk instead of greet. So let's see. Rose cannot enter the cafe. But I forgot if I actually stayed in her body until the end of the day. I don't think if I have. I just want to see if she can enter the apartment where the dog entered as well, and if there is anything changing there. The door is locked, but it's like it's her apartment. She doesn't have a key to her own place. This is so weird. Let's talk to Kai. Rather, let's take some info on Kai. He has a neutral relationship with many people in the neighborhood. Even though Pavlov and Frank bullies him, he humors them. Nobody knows anything about his family. He lives alone in his flat, middle class, skeptical and honest. Has a rusty pendant that he always carries around, a memory from his family. Has a record for carrying a knife without a license. Loves Rose. Ooh. After William, Rose's brother, death, he took a break from work life. Okay. And you can see here he's male and Chinese. Interesting. Oh, we have a new task. Bruce and Mickey had an argument at Bruce's house last night. Mickey was seen going somewhere. Bruce and Frank are currently at odds. Pavlov was released from custody due to lack of evidence. Mickey and Bruce haven't been around since last night. Frank must be the hunter. Frank doesn't like William and Rose. The street where Rose, Frank, and David live. So I think this is the clue that we need to be on this street rather than on the street with the dog and David. Kevin, sorry. The dog can run fast. David is moving out of the neighborhood. Okay. I'm just curious, if I stay in the body of Rose, will I survive? Will I move on to the next day? Let's get them to talk. Kai. Hi, Rose. Hi, Kai. Where are you headed? To William's grave? Again, I'm sorry for your loss, Rose. William was a good man. Yeah, he was. I better go there before the weather gets worse. Okay. We have a new task. William and Rose are brothers. I think they're trying to say siblings. William is dead or murdered. Okay, let's see if I can make it to the cemetery. I mean, I was very close to it, but... Oh man, I really don't want to get shot at again. I've been shot already 8 times, and I keep coming back to life. I'm so resilient. It's because I have a vast array of bodies to choose from. Okay, so I'm here, but I can't really touch or interact with anything. So I'm just gonna walk on by. I cannot enter my own house, but the dog can. I'm telling you, the dog is my favorite character. He's a very special, he's a very special pet. So it seems like the day prolongs itself. It feels like I'm staying in Rose's body, and it feels like it's longer, like the day is expanding. Ah, no. I spoke too soon. Hey, I got an achievement that I advanced to the 10th day. Okay, let's try one more time, okay? Yeah, you have to have a lot of determination, I guess, and patience with this game. Run, boy, run! It's so cute. So David and Rose cannot enter the cafe. Kai is the only one that enters the cafe. And then I switch from Kai to Frank and from Frank to Pavlov. Oh, sorry, I clicked. See, this is also something a little bit annoying. If you accidentally click talk rather than greet, you have to go through the dialogue options again. Oh, I forgot about this house. So we get to examine Bruce's rifle. Ah, yeah. That's the bathroom. Childhood photo of Bruce and Frank. I wonder if I switch into the body of Frank and I make it to the house, will Frank pick up Bruce's gun and try to shoot somebody? Let's try to see if I have time to do it. Okay, Kai, try to get into the cafe. Okay, we're playing as Frank, and instead of switching back from Frank to Pavlov, let's just see if I can get inside the house with Frank and pick up the rifle. Let's see what happens. I don't know, I'm trying all the combinations that I can. Oh. Almost passed next to the house. Enter the house. Okay. Examine the rifle. Oh, we have a new note. William and Rose. Oh, okay. Bruce and Frank used to be good friends. Okay. See, the notes are confusing as well because there are 2 rows of notes and I don't understand which one has priority. Okay. What if I finish the day inside the house as Frank? If I am inside the house, will I still get murdered? It's just all sorts of combinations. Let's just see what happens. It's a very strange game, I have to say. I've never played anything like it before, but this is a common thing. Most of the games that I'm drawn towards are very unique or bizarre, or they just have interesting gameplays. I don't think I would want it any other way because that's what pulls me in personally. So Frank, okay, let's see. Could it be that all signs point towards you being the murderer? All the clues? I mean, we literally have it spelled out here. Frank was in prison for being held responsible for a former worker's death. Bruce and Frank used to be good friends. We haven't met Mickey yet. We don't know where Mickey is. Okay. Oh, but the whole There was a sentence here that said Frank could be the hunter, and now it's no longer there. Okay, so I've just been sitting inside this house and nothing is happening. The day isn't ending, nobody's shooting me. Apparently if you press D you can check the time. Oh, so the day should end in 5 seconds. Okay, so we died. We keep dying and dying, and I don't know exactly how to win at this game, to be honest. I think I need to spend more time thinking about the relationships between these individuals, or to quickly move up until the point where Frank enters Pavlov's body, and then with Pavlov to move around the neighborhood to see if other options get activated. But I have to be very quick, because all the way until I reach the point of Pavlov, it's gonna take me a while to switch that many bodies. Anyway, this has been a sample of Soulflow. Let me know down in the comments what you think. It's definitely one of the least enjoyable games to move. Like, the game mechanics are very clunky and the dialogues are a bit weird, but stylistically and the mood, the atmosphere, the idea and the music, chef's kiss. So thank you for being here with me, thank you for hanging out. Until next time, take care and have fun gaming.